Welcome to Getting to the Truth in This Art. I'm your host, Rob Lee, and today's guest is Butch Dawson. I don't even, I can't, you got all of the superlatives. Artists. I see you in like print ads. I see you in media. I see you everywhere. But I got the artist Butch Dawson here.
What's going on, everybody?
So, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for coming on. So I want to get right into some of these questions because I don't like to waste time on this podcast. I don't like to waste time. So describe what you do, because like I think I've been following you for a while, and I think since it was like maybe 2017, 2018 that I became aware, because I'm old and I don't know anything. And
I consider myself old too, man. I consider myself. I just turned 36, man. So I'm a little older than you, but yeah, like 9 years.
Okay. So describe your work, describe your like musical style, and like ultimately what the whole presentation is, because it seems like you're a visionary in that you know exactly what visuals you want to put out there, the music you want to put out there, that whole package. So I'm gonna let you do it. Describe it, please.
Well, yeah, me, like I come from a background of just like pure just juxtaposition, which means it's like things that make sense, things that don't make sense, it kind of just makes sense when I do it. You know what I'm saying? And like I come from a background where it's like my father, he was a street rapper. He was in the streets. He put me onto a lot of street music. And my mother, she was like kind of like the artist side of the family. Like she used to do art, but she always listened to different music, and experimental music, alternative rock, all types of shit. So I kind of got the best of both worlds as far as it's like my taste of music. But it allowed me to just like step out a little bit and, you know, step out the hood and just see a lot of the city for like what it is. And it kind of just like, you know, made me more creative as a person. And I got into the arts. I just got into the arts. I like, you know, drawing. I like doing all that type of stuff. And it eventually led me to doing like editing videos and just all types of creative outlets. I just always wanted to do it, but my main thing was rapping. And so making beats, that came around like when I was coming up. So I learned that, and I just was getting better at it. But basically I had all these things that I like to do, but I wanted to incorporate that with my music. And so like that's when I just started trying to like develop myself as an artist, as a brand, create that world around the music, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I try to step out of that label as like a rapper, because like I feel like I'm an artist. And I know a lot of people say stuff like that. I know like that's the cliche thing to say, but for me, like I look at my art, I look at my music as like a piece of art on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like, you can have all types of art around your house, stuff that's on the walls, like your masterpieces. People be having art just laying on the wall. That's like the unfinished work. That's how I look at it. And you really gotta like, you know, paint that picture with your music for real. And also like, even when motherfuckers like feeling some type of way when somebody don't like their music, like artists don't really like care for real. It's just like, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the thing with art. Yeah. So that's how I look at it. I'm big on projects. Like I like to put out projects. Like fuck the music. I already got the music situated. But what I like to do is just like create the world around that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I always get excited about when I put out a project, is just, you know, creating a package, because that's just, you know, what I like to do. I'm real good at that.
So it's creating a more immersive experience. And that's why I had that hesitation in the beginning. It wasn't jitters. I was like, I'm not going to say, you know, rapper Butch Dawson. I was like, nah, I need you to really break that down, because I see it. And, you know, that's the thing that really, I think, is kind of timely and timeless, where if you have more than just, oh, I like this song, or I like this instrumental, or I like this video, it's like, what's that full package looking like? And it's like, this is where this person was at in their arc. This is what they were doing. These are the visuals that were associated with it. So I've been really listening to the most, recent Weekend album, what have you. And to me, it's a whole thing, and it's intentional in that way. It's like, dude is wearing this and it's telling a story that I think is really easy to get, but that's what I'm looking for. And that's the thing that really captured me and brought me in more than some of these other like songs that, I've been saying for a minute, with very few exceptions, music has felt disposable for the last 10 years. And it's just for me, I don't feel anything, kind of what you were saying earlier, where you got to feel something. It's like, whether you like, I don't really mess with that, or it's like, I really fucks with this. You got to feel something with it. That's one thing that I'll be trying to like, one thing I try to get across to like people who just discovering my music and stuff, and just trying to like hone in on a sound where, is appealing, but I could also, be experimental. And, from first impression, when people listen to stuff, they either gonna like it or not like it. But also, notice like, if you don't like a song, you probably see the music video that make you like the song. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I try my best to turn non-believers to believers. And what, the music is just not enough. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, the music not enough. People don't care. Like, people care about the bars and everything, but it's way more than that. It's more detailed. And for me, it's really just all about the aesthetics and how people like perceive it when I put these projects and stuff out. Yeah, and I think that has to come from, like, if a person is involved, like, you may have a team of people that you're working with. It's like they get your vision, but that's a key thing. It's like the vision has to be received and accepted by all parties, or just doesn't work. It's just like there's a clash, but a clash in a way that is not effective. It doesn't give you that juxtaposition you're looking for. It's just like, this doesn't go with this. There was back in the day, like, it was this show on MTV making a video, right? And I used to like say, that's just trash. Like, I want to remake the video, like, this would be better for what they're putting out. Yeah. So for you, what is integral to your work as an artist? Like, what are like three important things for you to like get in that space of, all right, this is what I'm having for this project. This is what I want to do.
I feel like I want to say the last thing is just execution, because if I do have an idea, it's always important to execute it and just build up that content. But I would say like three things that's important to me.
Making like tangible, if you can do that. Yeah,
just making sure that I'm like getting everything done, because it's like I'll be doing all types of shit. So I feel like if I when I knock my errands out, then it's more easy for me to like just. So if I'm just staying productive, like, that's one of the things that really like just get me to the next. Because once I'm starting, then I'm going, and I'm eventually gonna finish it. It's just about me like starting the shit. I would say the second one.
It's like having that first one, it to me sounds like, and I'm padding right now. For me, and that first one is like having that plan. Like, I find that like I'm knocking out 3, 4, and it's not the same as like a project or what have you that you're working on. But as far as what my creative practice is, I'll have like 4 interviews in a day, right? And it's like, all right, I need to have questions, I need to have artwork, I need to have a bio. It's like I need to check all of these things off, and I need to have something written there so I could check it. And because when you get calendars involved, especially dealing with y'all creatives, it's just like, oh shit, my bad, bro, I'll be on. Or it's just like, I
the whiteboard, all that.
Yeah,
gotta get all that shit. That's what's really just getting me going, because I work from home. I do from home, so I got the studio and shit. I got the setup, all that. And so, I mean, for me, like, it's just about the time. And it's like, now I'm not running on nobody else's time. So I got all this time in the world, and I need to just, I need to do something with it. But if I'm not doing anything with that time, I'm just going to end up forgetting the shit or forgetting what I got to do. It's so easy for me to just like get scatterbrained and forget some shit.
Yeah. And I hear that's the thing that some creators run into. Like, I know that for me, I'll just have like little goofy ideas and shit. Like I get hit with those sparks of creativity, and it's like I'm not thinking linear. I'm thinking more broadly, and it's like, okay, this is funny here, or this is interesting here. You know, I should interview that person, and it's like, this isn't a straight line. You need to gather yourself and figure out what's the next step on what you have to complete.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the truth, man. That's the truth. I feel like that's for me. Like that's about it. Like I just be working from the house trying to get all this stuff done remotely. So, I'm
gonna put internet connection in there then.
No, it really don't take that much for me to like get going since I'm in here. It's COVID. Ain't really a lot of people around. I got, you know, peace and quiet. Can get a lot of shit.
I dig it. Mm-hmm. So let's look at music, and you know how people will ask you the goofy, what are your influences? I'm not going to ask that, but what's the first album you own that you recall? Like, I got this first album, and how did you acquire it?
The first album that I got, I want to say it was. I wouldn't say I had got mixtapes before I had bought albums, mm-hmm. But it was Young Jeezy, Gangsta Grills.
Okay.
And I mean, I got that off the streets. Like, you get that like
as well. You should.
Yeah, I was with my mother at the crab store, and I was like, I don't know if I bought it or she bought it for me, but I know like that was like the first thing that I owned. That was like the first like physical copy of like music that I own. Other than that, everything was off like LimeWire or like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Some old shit. But no, that was like the first tape that I bought. And I think the first album that I physically bought, it was either NERD, Fly Die, or
that's a good one.
Or Kanye West Graduation when him and 50 Cent was doing that battle.
Yeah, the first one, and I talked about it in one of the other podcasts I do. The first thing I got shaded by my dad. It was it was Wu-Tang's like double album or what have you. I got it for like my birthday one year. And the terrible thing about some parents, especially my dad being like a dude from the 50s, he put the tape in, didn't ask me, just popped it in literally tapes. And he's like, a lot of whining on this. Fuck this shit. He just took it out. And I was like, yo, this is my birthday present. What's good?
No, man, that's insane.
So now this kind of goes into, I think you answered this already. This kind of goes into it. I want you to kind of hit on that again. What some people like, others do not. I'm sure you've received positive and negative feedback during your career and just putting your content out there. How do you handle that negative criticism? I think I know the answer, but I want you to hammer that home again.
I mean, I just look at it honestly. Like, I feel like all types of criticism is just good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, everybody choose their battles type shit, but I really don't care about what people gotta say about my art. Like, you know what I'm saying? The good always is, you know, ideal, but you know, even the negative comments we need that. I feel as though we need that, you know what I'm saying? Because you're really not gonna, I don't know, it just need to be some kind of balance, you know, and there need to be people out there who love your music, and there need to be people out there who really don't feel like that about your music and create a debate of like why. And
totally,
you know, it's I feel like that's a healthy thing for music. But yeah, I don't really be caring. Like it's all comments like they talking about Butch. So yeah. It's cool.
Is that rather than like, if you're putting it out there, you know what I mean? Like rather than someone just like not even talking about it, like being ignored or not even being considered, it's like you rather have, like, as you said, they're talking about you. whether it's good or bad. It's just like, you're still talking about me though. So obviously it made you feel something. And, that's the testament of art. That's what art's supposed to do.
Yep.
So you've been creating and out here for years. I was looking up articles. I did research. So what inspires you after all of these years? What still inspires you being like, a guy from West Baltimore, where I'm originally from West Baltimore as well?
Yeah, I feel like it's not a lot that really like inspire me no more, but it's like the motive is like certain motives that keep me going, and is still having to like take care of my family, and just still being from West Baltimore, and I got nieces and nephews and shit, and I want to be able to like take care of them the right way and just be able to like just better my future and shit. So they just are my motives right now, just to do this, and I don't know. I just try to protect my energy too. And
respect it.
Just stick. I stick to my circle, and we all still work and try to get a lot of stuff done, and that's what's kind of keep my mind going for real. I've been trying to stay real productive this year, just dealing with a wicked ass 2020. So like right now, I'm just like rechanneling my energy, protecting it, and make sure like my mental is healthy.
That's important because we're all like social creatures, right? And when you're inside, you just any of those different things. I know like generally creatives are very sensitive individuals, regardless of what they really put out there, but they can be relatively sensitive individuals. So if you're not getting that feedback loop, or you're not doing things that actually help with that process, like I know for what I do, I got to be around people to see people doing dumb shit so I can talk about it and make fun of it. So if I'm not able to do that, then it's just like I don't have my resource. I don't have it the same way. Or even traveling, like every year I go traveling and it's like, yo, I'm stuck in my house in East Baltimore. This is balls. I'm not fucking with it. So it's you try to protect it, and you try to just make sure you're putting out good stuff. And I'll say like, kind of echoing that sentiment, like, before COVID started, I was in season 1 of this podcast. I'm already planning season 4 because I'm just cranking out so many damn episodes because people are like, yo, I'm free. What's good? This episode of Getting to the Truth in This Art is brought to you by Charmington Holistics. If you're like me, you realize that now more than ever, it's important to have your wellness in check. That's where Charmington Holistics tonics come in hand. Charmington Holistics tonics contain a combination of nutrient-packed superfoods with herbal support and are meant to be enjoyed daily. These tonics are good and good for you. They can be enjoyed in a variety of beverages from coffee to cocktails. My favorite is Tummy, which contains turmeric and tastes just like root beer. These tonics are a wonderful way to add extra herbal support and nutrition into your diet. Head on over to the Best Little Herb Shop's Instagram today at Charmington Holistics. So obviously, I've seen you in many pictures and doing the fashion thing. So it appears that fashion's a thing for you. Who's your fashion icon and why? Do you have one?
Pharrell, off top. You know what I'm saying? And that's like from long ago, but it's like just based off the fact that creating for him is just like effortless and limitless, and it's not really based off of just being great or being a genius, but just having an idea, whether it's good or bad, and just doing it, and just being yourself. I'm inspired by all them things in Pharrell, and like doing, because I wouldn't say like I'm a big fashion person. I'm just like I'm really like into just style and shit like that. But just being in the fashion world, doing the modeling and stuff like that. I don't really know who I was just inspired by. Like a homie really put me on when I was like really trying to get into doing photos and stuff. And like I just got this one gig for New Balance and ID in New York, and that was probably like 2016 or 2017, I forget. And I don't know, it just took off. It took off from there, but that was definitely something that kind of like boosted my career. where, the image was getting out there, and, the music it was like the image and then the music. So it was just like, oh, like this rapper, like fashion guy type shit. And when I was putting stuff out and then they see me like in stores and stuff, it just all like kind of just made sense. Like, oh, like that's Butch Dawson and everything. So the fashion should help my music shit and the music should help my fashion shit.
They feed each other.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the thing that full package or what have you. It's not just, I'm not a one trick pony. And I think I respect people that are doing multiple things instead of just, I do this and this is the one thing that I do. Mm-hmm. And as soon as that shit's not popping anymore, it's like, what you got? What else do you have?
Yeah.
I got a few more questions for you, and then I'm gonna give you back the rest of your evening. So is that, we talked a little bit before I put the record button on. This is a podcast, for Baltimore, about Baltimore and all of that good stuff. What does it mean for you to be an artist from Baltimore? And so when you leave out of town and you're doing different things, whether it be, like you said, the New Balance gig, or whether it be I'm performing here or there, what does it mean to be an artist that's like, I'm from West Baltimore at the end of the day? What does it mean for you?
I mean, I feel like it means like some kind of, responsibility, and it means just setting the example. I feel like all artists in Baltimore should try to set an example. And if you ever have that opportunity or that chance to get like super successful coming from here, you know what I'm saying? You got information in the tell to the rest of like the Baltimore artists and generations of artists who won't come up. So for me, like just representing Baltimore, even when I step out, it just means, it really means everything. It means like, I can't, I don't want to put a bad name on Baltimore. It means just, when people see Baltimore, like, they can feel it. Like I want people to feel it. Like I gotta represent Baltimore everywhere I go. So it's really just all about just setting that example, and like, just like people just got to see that. People just really got to see that. I don't really know. Like that's really the only thing. I feel like that should just be for all Baltimore artists, because it's like, there's a lot of successful talents from Baltimore, and I ain't just saying rappers, but successful talent. But just the, as far as hip hop coming out of Baltimore City, you know what I'm saying, it has its like ups and downs and shit, but it haven't got to a point where like a constant, constant superstar status energy, or, I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. It hasn't been, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Ain't nobody like really like gone up. So I feel like for anybody who get into a certain point of success, like, just have that Baltimore pride in you, and, don't lose that when you in other places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just set that example. We got to be able to, do that shit just to tell a tale for the rest of the people.
It's one of those things where I always look at it like, always be authentic. Like you'll have people who come here from different places, and I've heard it from different people, whether it be in visual arts, whether it be music, whether it be whatever, whether it be like brewing. I don't know. It's weird, but it's just like, Baltimore's not about bullshit. Baltimore is very authentic. So people will come there and here and try to test that stuff out. Does this work on this like audience? Does this group of people? They'll tell me if my shit is whack or not. Mm-hmm. So carry that with you when you go to these other cities, is, kind of that thing. Be Baltimore all the time. Don't just switch it up when suddenly, I'm from Brooklyn. No, you're from West Baltimore. What I mean?
No, real shit. Yeah, it's just really about just like, let's repping where you from, making sure like you just leading that, you just setting the example. Like that's what it means for me. Like just setting the example and just representing my city, to the fullest. Like I want to come back home and be able to like share this information. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like one of us got to, you feel me? So like, that's really like the main thing. Like, we the underdogs. So we gotta show and prove every time we step out there.
So this is the last question that I have. And then like one of the things I like to do with any guest that I have on here, I like to give them an opportunity to shamelessly plug anything that they have, upcoming projects, social media, all of that good stuff, what have you. And maybe these two things tie together. So what's a song that's been stuck in your head these days?
The song Babyface Ray, Free the Ghetto.
Okay.
You know, that's just some Detroit shit. Like that's.
I'm gonna have to look this up now.
Yeah, I've been fucking with that Detroit shit for a good minute, so that's what I've been vibing with. Like, okay. my boy be going in. My boy be going in on that. So shouts out to Babyface Ray.
That's cool. So plug away, man. I want to again thank you for coming on, but plug away, project, social media, all of that good stuff, and thank you again for coming on to the podcast.
I appreciate you, man. Butch Dawson, you can put that in the search engine. Find me on all social media platforms. My Twitter is Prime Lard, but everything else is Butch Dawson. Flooded Out just came out, my single produced by Techline. He's also from Baltimore as well. Make sure y'all go listen to that. Got that Flooded Out challenge. So go to my Instagram and check out that. New music on the way, new project on the way. And yeah, man, that's about it. Appreciate you, Doug.
Yeah, so I'm going to do my sign off. And again, thank you for coming on. So for Butch Dawson, I'm Rob Lee saying that there are just dope artists of all mediums in and around Baltimore. You just got to look for them.